Another thing I want to bring up to you guys, tomorrow, December 19th, it's Saturday. I'm going to do another live feed, probably about 7 o'clock. Just kind of share some information, guys. I want to know what your guys' mid-season tricks are. What techniques are you using? This is definitely my weak point. Everyone has kind of their strengths and weaknesses in every aspect of life, but for trapping with me, it's this mid-season. I'm not real great with it. I feel like I'm pretty decent early season and fair late season, but this middle stuff, it's killing me. But we'll do a live feed, we'll get some knowledge spread around, and hopefully you guys pick up some things from each other, and I can learn some stuff as well. So anyway, guys, we'll get out of here. It's kind of hard to tell, but we had just like 22 pheasants fly off this corner right here by me. They all landed over there and ran into that grass. Some of them haven't all ran in yet, but man, that was cool. They all just came right here off this little point. Man, that was neat. That was a lot of pheasants. Anyway, guys, we're out here. I think it's day 35 now. We haven't had traps out for a while, but just setting up a line going to work again. As you can tell, we got some snow. I think the coon are pretty well dead right now as far as movement goes, but we're gonna set up a small snare line going to work. I think maybe pick up a couple coyotes this week, and then there goes another pheasant flying. But set up a small snare line and start scouting out my water line that's gonna be coming up. It's gonna be too early for rut, but I think they're gonna be hitting the water pretty good since all the food in the fields is pretty well gone and froze down. So we'll see what we find today. This snow can be your best friend when it comes to finding locations. It's hard to tell here, but we got us a nice 2 or 3 sets of coyote tracks coming down, and they're wrapping through this culvert, but then they're coming up the side of the embankment right here and coming out onto the road. I think there's 3 sets here. We're gonna throw a snare in here. I mean, there's at least 3 sets either coming or going, so in 2 nights, I'd call that pretty good. Man, I love trapping in the snow. If you look here, guys, we got 1 set of coyote tracks. We've got 2, 3, 4, and 5, all coming right down this trail right here. Matter of fact, if you look, you can see I've got a snare hung right there, but they're just going right up this little trail through a field here. I have never seen this. I actually trapped this earlier in the year for coon, and I did not see this trail, so I'm excited for tomorrow. These coon, they're denned up right now, they're not moving, and Friday I'm putting out another work line for coon. But man, just the snow is the perfect opportunity to find stuff that you missed before, or even on a new area where the predators are going. So great opportunity here, guys. You need to capitalize on the snow if you can. It's been here for 2 days now, and this is obviously a really good trail. I'm excited for it. All right, guys, here we got another location. I was just driving down the road and I looked up in this field and I saw at least 2, there's 3 sets of tracks here. Judging by the ones on the road, they're coming in and out. And this just dawned on me actually just today. You could have a group of 2 or 3 tracks. It could be 2 or 3 coyotes randomly coming through at a random location. But considering these tracks are going two different directions, that tells me they know it's a well-traveled area. They know to cross here. If they come by one way and then they're coming back the other way through it, or even a different coyote coming back through, that means it's, in my eyes, a fairly well-traveled area. I've never noticed this spot before. This is actually one of my main parts of my main line. We're just driving through looking for stuff, and I found that. So then I got out and came down here on the road, and yeah, there's 3 sets of tracks. They're coming right up through here, and we hung a snare right there. So they're just going right through here. On spots like this too, when I came in to set this, I came in from the side. I came in from over here through the tall grass. I didn't want to leave any of my footprints on their trail coming through, so Anyway guys, this is fun. You know, it's a little change of pace for me, something a little different. Coon aren't moving right now, so at night I'm finishing fur in the shop, which I'll show you a little bit later, and we're gonna set some snares, trying to pick up a few coyotes on the way to work in the morning. I'm excited guys. I'm getting amped up again. Not necessarily for the raccoon trapping, but this is fun. I love this. This snow tells no lies, guys. If you can find spots like this where you got 2, 3, 4, that last spot we set probably had, oh shoot, 5 or 6 different tracks in it. So it's really motivating. That makes me think here next couple days we're gonna pick up on one. Hey guys, we're here getting ready to finish some fur tonight. I got some coon hanging already. Not crazy heavy yet, but I just came out here, got all this stuff brushed out. How I do my fur when it comes to finishing them, these coon I thawed out last night before I went to bed. These coon and these beaver here, and by the time I got home from work tonight, they're thawed out just, you know, just right to where I can brush them out and finish them tonight. Everyone's shop or garage or basement's going to be different, but you got to find that right time to where you're finishing these when you're thawing them out, that they're just cold and thawed out when you get to them. You know, I can't have these things thawed out for 3 days before I finally get to them. So I gotta, you know, my garage is temperature controlled, so it works pretty good, about 24 hours. And the way how I have them all laid out flat in the freezers, 24 hours they're good to go, they're ready to flesh. So generally I'll do it night before. Matter of fact, I might go ahead and be proactive and before I go to bed tonight, thaw out some more to do tomorrow night. But it's right at, oh yeah, 11 o'clock tonight. So we got our work cut out for us. We set that, oh, I wouldn't even call it a line, but I set a few coyote snares yesterday, and I showed you a few of the signs and what to look for, at least what I look for. Didn't catch anything today, but we're getting ready for a big weekend. Friday and Saturday I'm putting out what's going to be a pretty big water line. Yeah, I said it, water line. The one thing I've avoided this entire trapping season for the most part, but right now, you know, coon are in the water, if there's open water especially. But it's just, you know, I don't really care for being around water, but right now you got to go where the coons are. All those trails going to cornfields and stuff, they're dead. We got about 2 inches of snow on the ground still. That's just, if you're gonna catch anything, you got to follow the fur. And I'm not much of a mid-season trapper, I guess you could say. I actually picked a few brains and got some real good advice here recently of what to do, because normally, you know, I hit it hard up until ice up, and then I'm done until what they call zombie coon season, late season, when they're breeding, which is only about a couple, 2-3 weeks away now. But that's, you know, the 2 times I hit this kind of stuff in the middle I'm not real familiar with. So always looking to learn and take advice from people. So I got a good game plan going. It's going to be a long few days, especially since I'll be running traps before work all next week going into Christmas Day. You know, if I get out 100 traps, I'm looking at probably leaving the house at 1 o'clock in the morning. That being said, at night when I come home from work, nothing's getting skinned. Everything is going to get put right in there on the carcass. Just for the fact I'm already going to be dead. You know, if I don't go to bed till 9:30, 10 o'clock, 11, getting up at 1:30 every day, that's, you know, a guy can only do that so long. So anyway guys, I better get this stuff put up. It's, you know, we got a couple hours for the workout here anyway. It's probably going to be damn near 1 o'clock before I go to bed tonight. So up at 5:15 to go check the few coyote snares I got in the morning, and we'll go from there. So hopefully I got something fun to show you guys tomorrow. Otherwise, just grinding out, putting up fur, fellas. Alright guys, it's Friday morning here. We're just getting ready to take off. I was out pretty late last night getting the truck all loaded up, finished some more fur. I think I laid down somewhere around 12:30 or so, but we got a bunch of stuff set up for water today. Yeah, I said it, water. Gonna be busting some ice to find some of that water, but that's where the coon are right now, guys. That's where I gotta shift my gears to. Everybody that's way more knowledge than me, knows a lot more knowledge than me, is telling me to hit the water. That's where everything's gonna be running. So We're going after a couple canines here. Got permission. A farmer actually called me, said he's got otter in his pond and they got a couple holes popping through the ice, so we're gonna go after them, as well as while we're out there throw out a couple canine sets, something that you can easily see from the road. But got some drowners since I'll be going to work running this line. Here in Iowa, if it's on a drowner system, you don't have to check it every 24 hours. So on those couple 2-3 days I'll be checking this at work, I can zip past a couple of those spots at least every other day. I still like to check them at least every other day, no matter what. But so we're ready to go. We're gonna stop town, grab some gas and grab some food, and we're either gonna run till we run out of sign or it gets dark. But anyway, I'm excited. I'm ready to get trapping again. It's been 2 weeks of nothing. Well, I haven't been trapping. It's just been pretty miserable, you know. I was wore out, wore down, but by day 4, day 5 of doing nothing, I was like, it's time to get back out there. I need to catch some more fur. So, you know, I'm happy to be getting back out there. We got a long ways to go to hit 1,000, but hopefully after day we got a good start on it. Here's what we're looking for, fellas. This is what we're looking for right now. This actually isn't on water at all, but we got trail going up here through the snow, weaving around. Just a nice trail. I mean, they're definitely moving. In the next few days they're gonna move well, so that's awesome. That makes me feel good. I'm pumped about this. All right, guys, so we're out here setting line on Friday. Yeah, we're coon trapping, but I couldn't pass up this opportunity. If you look right there, I got a snare hung, and the reason being, coming down that trail right here, is we've got 5 or 6 different sets of coyote tracks coming in and out of this. So I mean, just ideal setup for this. And on a side note too here, guys, I don't know if this actually makes a difference, but eases my mind. I think coyotes can actually read tracks. You know, they can see footprints of a human. They know what it is. When I set this, I actually came in from the far left here through the tall grass to set this. You know, I didn't leave any footprints coming in and out on their trail. I came in from the side, and I think that's the best way to be. So I'm really excited to check that one. The only problem with this is we are on a mud road. I don't set them until freeze up. Well, it's supposed to get warm next few days, but at the same time at night, still getting down into the mid-20s. I'm hoping it's frozen enough when I come through at probably 2-3 in the morning that it's still all froze up. So anyway, we'll get down the road, guys. We're gonna get out some fish stick sets. There's a good spot right down the road here we're gonna check out. We got a coyote on top of the terrace running around. He's really far out there. It's pretty hard to zoom in on him. It's one of the things we're after. Matter of fact, the spot right down the hill here. Oh, he's only 3-legged. Wow. These are a very strong animal. They can adapt to anything. That's crazy. Now this, about a quarter mile from here, right down the road, the farmer called me and said he's got a bunch of coyotes staying out in his field. He said they're there about every morning, but I told him I won't get out there till mid-January once we get locked up for sure. Because right now it's gonna thaw out a little bit, so I want to stay out of the fields. It's kind of sketchy enough me going down that mud road here a little bit ago, but that's crazy. Anyway, better get down the road. All right, guys, here we got a nice trail coming down a fence line up here. Nice coon trail. I didn't know if they were using it or not, but I looked and we got all kinds of tracks coming through the snow right there. So we threw a dog proof on it and we'll see what happens. But I keep saying I need to show my fish stick sets. It seems like I'm a little out of practice with the camera. I keep making them and taking off and remembering to film it about a mile down the road. So we got a lot of ground to cover though, and a lot of traps to put out. So we'll get some on here before the day's end, I'm sure. Well, here we got some pretty good sign. If you can tell, I mean, there's plenty of tracks going right through this big culvert. One of the biggest things I have issues with, other than the the physical fatigue of these big culverts and stuff and bridges. This bridge wall goes all the way down onto the private ground. I can't go past the fence right here, so technically, legally, I cannot even set this. Pretty frustrating, because this is about the first spot I found really decent sign on. Everything else has just kind of been hit or miss. Actually, if you look over here, we've actually got muddy footprints on the ice. So that's kind of neat too, but anyway, great location, just not legal here for me to set, so frustrating, but we'll move on. We'll find some other stuff. I truly think a lot of people don't realize how many coyotes are traveling their coon trails. If you look right here, it's hard to tell because most of the snow's melted off the actual tracks, but you can look right up in here. You can actually almost see where their belly is dragging, where they're going through the little gap in this gate right here. Right there in the corner, there's a gap, probably about 8 inches wide. And this is actually a coon trail. I know that because of the other side. It goes right up to another fence line here. But I can just tell by the trail that it's coon. I think coon are going to be moving on it pretty soon with the warm up, but today we just went ahead and hung a snare up on it. You know, yeah, this is supposed to be a coon line, but when the coyotes show you exactly where they're traveling, it's hard to pass up on the opportunity. You know, if I put a dog proof in here, I'm not gonna be able to put a snare in later. But if I put a snare in now, I could throw a dog proof in here later and still catch coon. So anyway, it's kind of uncharted territory for us, and I love seeing the sign. I mean, this is awesome. Really nice trail. I mean, I think there is even a set of coon tracks here, but mostly it's coyote running up this. So anyway, maybe we'll get lucky and pick up a couple tomorrow. But right on the other side of these cedar trees, there's a nice fence line coming up. So we got a cedar treed fence line to a cedar treed fence line. I mean, don't get no better than that. Here's a location that I actually trapped pretty hard early. This is part of my first route. We took a lot of fur off this too, and you know, it seems like we definitely didn't even hurt the population at all. I mean, there's just tracks everywhere. So we're gonna probably go ahead and set a couple more traps on this. I'm not sure what I'm gonna use yet, but we're definitely gonna do something here. We got some pretty nice shallow water here. I threw out 2 fish stick sets. I always put 2 traps under each one. Don't necessarily know why, but I know a lot of people do it, and it's pretty soft bottom, so it kind of eases my mind too. They're not gonna just pull one trap out. But we got 2 of them down here. Kind of optimistic about this spot. This is the spot a few weeks ago. We had some beaver playing over there, or some otter playing in the root ball system. So pretty optimistic about it. Hoping for some luck here. Even if we catch coon at this point, I'll be pretty happy. But always that chance on a big creek system like this, pick up some otter. Hey guys, we're I just finished some fur here this last week. I put out some snares on the 14th, which I got a few videos of. Not a lot of sets. I struggled to find the sign. We had that snow for about 2 days. Never even caught anything on it, but today we went out, put out some more stuff. It's, once again, a day not like what I wanted. You know, I got some fur put up this week, not a lot, but just starting to dab into it, kind of start getting my groove back. But we put out a decent amount today, not near what I wanted to. I think I probably got 25 stops, probably 50 traps total. So not a lot of stuff, but it's just tough trapping right now. The stuff's not moving real well. I expect it to be moving, but it's hard to set knowing where they're going to be because there's not a lot of sign out here right now, and a lot of guys are saying that, you know, you got to trap where they're going to be this week with the warm-up, not where they've been, because they're not moving right now, so you don't know where they're going to be. So it's not like early season where you can see all the tracks in the mud or going up the bank. You got to predict where they're going to be. So it's a little different trapping, a little tougher, but you know, I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready to catch some stuff again. It's been, I think today's 2 full weeks with not catching any fur, so bit of a struggle, but we're gonna get back in the groove. I'm getting a little nervous about 1,000, but you know, we just got to keep pushing through it, and hopefully we got a few things to show you guys tomorrow. I'm looking forward to catching some fur again.